getting the band back together.
Forget it. No way.
We're on a mission from God.
Something completely different. I'm in Galway today. I'm down for another project, but I thought I might film this Arteon while I'm down here on, it's Friday, and I drove down here in one foul swoop from Portlaoise. It's a long drive. It's a good two and a half hours, something like that, on a motorway. There's a big section of road you have to go to get to the motorway in the first place, and then straight down to Galway after that. And the Arteon has proved itself to be a really comfortable, really quiet companion with a really top-notch infotainment system. You can use Apple CarPlay, you can use Google Android, you can use the MirrorLink, you can use the whole lot on that system, or you can just stream by Bluetooth if you don't want to use any one of those systems, or you can just listen to FM radio if that's your thing. It also has a lot of other menu stuff in there as well. There's loads of other things, so media and vehicle navigation, VW media control, CarNet is in there as well, images, settings, all these kind of different settings and things that are in there that are designed to not distract you from driving, but, you know, they enhance the driving experience, I suppose. I also have a heads-up display, which is right here in front of me. That gives me information about my active cruise control, the cruise control settings in general. It also tells me speed, road signs outside, and my current speed. It's not intrusive, I can see through it. It is still a glass plate, which looks a bit, I suppose, kind of old-fashioned in a way, because we've sort of moved on. We've got projection systems, projections onto the windscreen these days, but glass one is very clear. I have a storage compartment over here, which can take a bottle of water that size, like that size. Look at that thing. That's like a 2-litre, I think, bottle. I don't know, 300. It's measured in that American measurement, you know, so it's 350 of whatever Americans measure by. It's a 4-seat cabin in here as well. I won't say 5-seat. You will fit 5 people in here, but someone's going to be rather uncomfortable with that one in the middle. So at least a decent 4-seat sort of coupe look to the whole thing. So it's quite good in that respect, and good for all those reasons. The only letdown I have with this one is the diesel engine that's involved. This is Volkswagen own 2-litre TDI. Now, at some point or other, and it doesn't really look like it in the figures, when you look at the figures, that it looks the same sort of horsepower that the Volkswagen diesel engines have always been, but yet it doesn't feel it. It just, when you put your foot down, I don't get that big surge that used to be there with the TDI engine. Now, that's probably tuned for fuel economy, for lower CO2, it's probably tuned in that respect, but it means when you put your foot down, there's this lackluster sort of, it comes, but it takes a long time to wind up and get going, and that's rather annoying. Because I'm in what should be a coupe. So who buys this? People who don't want a 3 Series? People who don't want a Mercedes C-Class? You know, if you don't want a Passat, maybe even. Maybe you don't want an Audi A4. You just want that. You want to stand out from the crowd, but you don't want to stand too far out from the crowd. You want to have a lot of stuff in your car, but you don't want to show it off all the time. So there is that kind of customer out there, and I suppose that's where this fits. But why would you buy this over a Passat? I mean, this is a Passat underneath, and the engine and stuff is still kind of Volkswagen's own stuff. So the exterior design is the only real reason to buy it. And of course, Passat is a sort of a different shape boot, around the same size. The boot in this is gigantic. There's nothing I really don't like. It's not lighting my fire. That's kind of a good way to put it. Just entering Spittle here, if anyone wants to know where I am. This car doesn't really excite me. It's not really doing anything for me. It's beautiful to look at, and I do recommend, like 85% of happy ownership is just looking out the window at your car and going, that's a cool car. sale in your showrooms. Hopefully you'll be able to drop in and have a look at one. That's it from me for this episode. Make sure you click that subscribe button down below, and until the next time, I will see you on the far side.